Those COVID guidelines are getting lax. You already see a federal judge rule against the mask mandate, allowing people to now go maskless on airplanes and public transportation. A lot of people think, again, that we're out of the woods, that we are beyond the pandemic. Dr. Anthony Fauci talked about this, and people have misconstrued what he said when he talked about the pandemic and endemic. So we wanted to break this thing down. So here's actually what he said, the full comment.
Here we are. It's the end of April. It's the spring of 2022. How close are we to the end of this pandemic?
Well, that's an unanswerable question for the following reason. And I don't want to be evasive about it, but let me tell you why I'm giving you that answer, Judy. We are certainly right now in this country out of the pandemic phase. Namely, we don't have 900,000 new infections a day and tens and tens and tens of thousands of hospitalizations and thousands of deaths. We are at a low level right now. So if you're saying, are we out of the pandemic phase in this country? We are. What we hope to do, I don't believe, and I've spoken about this widely, we're not going to eradicate this virus. If we can keep that level very low and intermittently vaccinate people, and I don't know how often that would have to be, Judy. That might be every year, that might be longer, in order to keep that level low. But right now, we are not in the pandemic phase in this country. Pandemic means a widespread throughout the world infection that spreads rapidly among people. So if you look at the global situation, there's no doubt this pandemic is still ongoing.
So, folks, we'll understand this here. 82,915,075 confirmed COVID cases in the United States, and we've actually crossed the 1 million dead total. 1,019,860 deaths due to COVID. Geneticist Eugene Copeland joins us now from San Antonio. Glad to have him here. So please explain for the people. Pandemic, endemic. So break it down, as Joe Madison said, put it where the ghost can get it, what Fauci was just talking about.
Right. So when we're talking about a pandemic, we're talking about that acute phase where you begin, right? When we start talking about endemic, we're starting to talk about lower levels that may be manageable, but endemic does not mean not dangerous. You have to remember that malaria is endemic to Western Africa and it kills millions of people a year. Malaria is endemic to Western Africa and throughout Asia and kills millions of people a year. So the endemic phase does not mean not dangerous. It simply means that it's here to stay.
So where we are right now, in terms of, again, 82 million cases, 1 million people dead. And we do have these people who kind of like, hey, man, it's all good. I mean, I had all these white conservatives hitting me mad because I wore a double mask on the airplane. I had these goggles on. They're like, why are you wearing goggles? COVID can't impact your eyes. It can. But also keeping yourself from touching your eyes. And it's, whoa, you're double masked. Then the people who are saying, you've already had COVID, so therefore, you've got now herd immunity, but you have breakthrough cases.
Right. I agree. So when people say things like that, in regards to I've had COVID before, therefore I'm immune, they are incorrect. And they are incorrect because 20% of people who get infected with SARS-CoV-2 don't even produce antibodies. Vaccine-induced immunity is the best form of immunity you can have. The reason why that is because when you get the whole virus, your B cells in your immune system have to make antibodies to everything that they see. That's dozens of proteins, right, on the surface of that virus. But when you have a vaccine, that vaccine is only giving you one target. And with that one target, you can produce antibodies that will allow your antibodies to encapsulate that virus, keep it from binding from the ACE2 receptor, and keeping it from getting inside of the cell. And that's protecting you from disease, hospitalization, and death.
It is quite interesting, again, looking at this. Fauci was supposed to go to the White House Correspondents' Dinner on Saturday night. Sitting at the table of ABC News, he pulled out, citing the fact that, going to have almost 3,000 people in this room. It's tightly packed, tables extremely close together. And when I had the Gridiron dinner a few years ago, almost 100 people who were there got COVID. It was a super spreader event. And so there are some who are saying, I'm not quite sure if I'm trying to, go to that. And so still, what type of protection should we have? I mean, I get people who are like, you shouldn't be at a concert. You shouldn't be going to these various events. But we're seeing these massive events happening indoor and outdoors. Ian still there? All right, looks like Ian has froze again. So I really want him to answer that question. It is important. I'm going to go to my panel here. So I'm curious. Ian, let me know when Ian's back. Reese, I saw you tweeted the other day about, what did you say? You went somewhere and you were like, all right, first time I'm chancing this. I think it was you and your newborn.
Yes, I took my daughter Ava to a restaurant by myself. I had to learn how to operate the stroller. My husband is the stroller operator, car seat, all that stuff. But I am trying to navigate this new space of figuring out this quote unquote post-pandemic landscape. I'm doing a little bit more. I'm still staying more masked than not masked. I did go to the Babyface concert. I enjoyed myself. I was hot as hell underneath that mask, but I kept my mask on while I was singing and dancing and hooting and hollering. So, I mean, look, I was one of the last people out of the quarantine. There might be a couple people left, but I'm just trying to figure it out because I'm tired of being at home by myself, me and my husband and my baby. So good luck to me and to everybody else out there. I hope it is an endemic. I really hope it is for our sakes.
Larry, how are you still now operating?
I'm masked up, brother. I'm at the gym with the mask on. Doesn't matter. Listen, I'm trying to play it safe. And listen, I have loved ones, like a lot of people, loved ones who would face challenges, but I became positive and I infected them. So I'm thinking about those individuals. So I guess I have to try to be careful. And, I have an event I'm actually going to this weekend. I'm a Cheney University alum. We have alumni weekend this weekend. So I'm going, but I'm being real cautious. And, I want to make sure I protect myself. I'll be masked up. But just, go for a few hours and head out. But folks still need to be careful out here because people are still getting sick and dying, just not at the large numbers as we had before.
Mm-hmm.
Greg?
Yeah, Roland, I mean, I was glad to see Reese a couple of weeks ago at the museum. She's the first member of the Roland Martin Unfiltered crew that I've seen in person, including you, in quite some time. But I have my mask on. And I too wanted to hear Ian's question, Doc's question, answer to your question, because of course we're now in graduation season. And, I have colleagues who have contracted COVID over the last several weeks and months, a month or so with this new strain, who are now, quarantining and may not be able to go to graduation. I want to see all the parents. I want to see students I haven't seen at all. I was on campus for Jeremiah Wright's retirement. As I said, last Sunday, we were all masked and outside. But finally, a lot of this for me, in addition to health, is social protocol. I have many friends who have contracted malaria for traveling to the continent and back because they didn't take their pills, they didn't take their medicine, they didn't get their shot. So as Doc said, it is endemic there. But when I am on public transportation in the city of Washington, D.C., as far as I'm concerned, if you don't have a mask on, that's a social protocol. What you're saying is you don't give a damn about my health. And yes, it is majority non-Black people I see without masks, but I see a lot of young people without masks, talking, louder, and I'm not being resentful. I'm gonna keep my mask. But what I'm saying is, you're saying to me, at least I'm imputing this to you, that my health is not important to you, and I think that what we're going to see going forward, and I would ask you because you've been all over the country, including in the dead of the pandemic, when you were traveling to Georgia to get the vote out and going to South Carolina and North Carolina, what does it say when we see people who are not taking safety protocols when everybody else is, or fewer and fewer people are? What does it say socially about what we would consider to be a community or a society? I don't know.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Patrol grooming is a black-owned men's grooming company that delivers on this promise every day to men everywhere. Everything we do, every product we make, is designed to help you to present your best self. It's a promise they've kept since 1991 when they first introduced the Bump Patrol brand, the #1 men's product for a smooth, bump-free shave and silky skin. Millions of customers count on their exceptional skincare products, which can be found at more than 30,000 retail stores in more than 50 countries around the world. Now you can have exceptional beard and skincare products that are as unique as you. Fellas, as we prepare to head back out into the world as COVID restrictions are being lifted, it's time to get our groove back. You can visit patrolgrooming.com to order a Patrol grooming box and do this. Use the discount code #Roland30. That's #ROLAND30 for a 30% discount at the checkout. We appreciate Patrol Grooming being a partner with us here at Roland Martin Unfiltered and the Black Star Network. Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?